All right, so this lesson, 2.1, is all about user input in Python. So almost all interesting programs accept some form of input from the user. You can start accepting user input in your programs by using the input with parentheses function. The input function displays a message to the user describing the kind of input you're looking for and then waits for the user to enter the value. When the user presses the enter or return key, the value is passed in to a variable. So the general case for accepting input looks something like this. And I have some comments here. It says get some input from the user, and we have a variable name, and then that is equal to the input, and then we have some prompt that we're asking our user to enter. And so I say, please enter a value. And this, whatever they type into the prompt box or the pop-up box will be entered into this variable called variable in this case. And later on in the course, we will learn how to handle different kinds of input and to make sure that the input is what we're looking for so the program does not break. If we ask the user for a number and they enter the name Bob, and then we try to add whatever variable they entered plus 2, Bob plus 2 doesn't work. So we need to make sure that we are keeping the input that's coming in exactly what we need to. But that's something we'll worry about later. So basically what you need is a variable that will hold whatever value the user enters, and you need a message that will be displayed to the user asking them for that variable. So here are 3 examples. You're going to ask a name, and you can see that I have the comment above that letting me know or another programmer know what this next piece of code is going to do. So the input says, what is your name? Whatever the user types in, it's going to place it into the name. Ask them for their age. What is your age? The input, and then it's going to dump it into a variable called age, and so on. So after you ask the user for input and store the results into the variable, you're able to take that information and use it in your programs. So you can take hello using this exact same code up here. We can say hello in quotation marks and then add whatever name they typed in there. So it looks like the program is saying, hello, Bob. I see that you are 32 years old and you really want to buy a motorcycle. Good luck, Bob, on the second line. So you can have it do whatever you want. We want to have a statement that prints out, that concatenates the information that the user is typing in with the rest of our sentence there. And it makes it look like the program has somebody else at the other end typing, so to speak. So after you ask the user for the input, you want to store that result into the variable, and then you can use it inside your program a number of different ways. So for this practice section, there are 3 different problems. The first one is going to be just like the example above, where you're going to ask the user for their name, age, and quest, and then you're going to print 3 sentences. It could say, hello, Bob. Good sentence. I see that you are 22 years old. And then the third one could say, that sounds like a good idea too, and then whatever their quest is, whatever their goal in life is. Make sure you save the Python file in idle right here. Make sure you save that as your last name, and then Python 2.1 user input. This is so that when we are submitting the file, we submit it correctly, and we go or make sure that it goes into the correct folder. Practice problem number 2 is going to ask the user for their name and for their 5 favorite songs. And so you'll have to ask 5 different times. What's your first favorite song? What's your second favorite song? What's your third favorite song? So variable 1 equals song, what is your favorite song? Variable 2 equals what is your second favorite song? Or you could ask each one of these different things right here, and then you're going to do a short paragraph to the user that tells them their name and then their 5 favorite things. So you could ask song equals, and then in input, what is your favorite song? And then the next variable, game equals, what is your favorite game? And then season equals, what is your favorite season, and so on. So we have those variables being stored inside the practice problem. And then practice problem number 3 is going to be the development of a Mad Lib style paragraph. And if you watch this video right here, the guy that created this video does a great job, and I had the idea here and then found the video that matched up with what we were doing. So you're going to ask some, not as many as he does, but you'll ask for 2 nouns, 2 verbs, an adjective, and an adverb. And then you're going to use concatenation to use those 6 variables and whatever the input is from the user in a small paragraph. So again, this is going to get turned into our Schoology account, and Unit 2, user input, underneath the introduction to Python. We have just the one lesson this time. There's another, the video link right there. There's a test, and you'll find an assignment underneath that. And if you have any questions, please let me know.